Hey everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. And I am getting my tablet ready, hopefully, so that I can see if you guys comment. Here we are. Okay. All right. All right, it's going to do it sideways again today. I never know what it's going to do. Okay, so this is probably going to be a bit of a short because I do not feel very well. I had a really rough night last night. So anyway, so I am going to do the best that I can to show you. It's not too terribly different from what I was going to show you. I'm just, as you can probably hear, still getting all of my components together here for you guys. Good morning, Linda. So nice to see you. Good afternoon. You're right. It is afternoon. So I did not have time to like really clean off my table. So if you see miscellaneous dimensional backings or something, just try to ignore them. Okay, so this is what we're going to do today. I wanted to talk a little bit about watercoloring because we are still in watercolor month. So I'm going to be using the watercolor pencils from Assortment 2, and specifically I'm going to be using Pumpkin Pie, Early Espresso, Daffodil Delight, and Old Olive. And then I am using StazOn ink this time because I am, even though I'm not using water, I'm using the blender pen. I wanted a brown background and decided to use StazOn for that. So I'm not going to make you watch me color everything because most of you, I believe, hi Crystal, most of you know how to color with different things. So I don't want to bore you. Plus, I don't feel good, so I don't want to bore me. So what I'm going to do is, and I always do this when I'm using any of this style of ink pad, is I'm going to stamp on it. Oh, and I'm using the Hello Harvest stamp set. It is a bundle, just so you know. It does bundle with these awesome dies. We will use this die today, but otherwise... and this die, sorry. We do have two dies. This one and this one and this little one right here. I have them pre-done. That's why my, thank goodness I pre-did them today because yikes. So I'm inking that up really good and I'm going to stamp it on there. And then look at how pretty that is just in the StazOn brown. Isn't that pretty? It's called Saddle Brown. I mean, that, even without coloring it, I think is really pretty. And then I actually stamped 3 of these little guys. But I'm just going to do one on there for now. But I love that. I just think that's so pretty, don't you? I mean, really, all by itself. And then I'm going to look at the one I did so I know what I'm doing. All right. That's not it. This is it. Okay. And then I didn't leave myself much room. But I'm also going to stamp in Evening Evergreen this Wishing You the Loveliest Day stamp. Also from Hello Harvest. I'm going to stamp that right down on there. And I did leave myself enough scraps to be able to, you know, do whatever I wanted on here. I probably could. I didn't... like I said, brain not functioning. Now, while this is still damp, I'm going to go in and I am going to highlight just the edges of the ribbon. And it's already telling me where to do it. And then I might just smear a little bit more in here. Just with my blender pen, just to give it a green hue. And of course, you see where the words are, it's stronger. But I did a better job on the one I'm about to show you, but I wanted to let you guys see what that was. And then, of course, clean off my blender pen. And then just with my pencils, I'm going to just put in, I'm actually just doing it, let me see if I can zoom for you guys a little bit. Come on. There we go. Move that down a little. I'm actually just putting the color on these little stripy parts. The design that the designers have already put in. Why work that hard, right? And then I'm just going to color that in like so. And then I'm just going to do one flower just so you guys can see what I'm doing. I used a little bit of early espresso, just lightly in there. And then I watercolored that too, just to give these flowers a little bit of a brown center. And then I did the pumpkin pie was actually on these little, I don't know what they are. They kind of remind me of dandelions. So I did those on there. I did the old olive on all of the leaves. Okay, just so you guys are getting the ideas. And then these ones I did in the yellow because my the daffodil, is that what I'm using? Daffodil. Because I'm assuming that this is that flower tiny, right? So I did all that. I colored 3 of these. I colored all of those. And then I took them over to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. There is my sentiment, my flowers. I know I have 3. But that's how they look when they are done. So, what do you think? I like them. I think they're pretty cool. So we're going to put those on the front of our card. So we are done coloring for the moment. And then I took, and this is very vanilla that I'm working with. I don't work with very vanilla very often. It's a lot of berries. But I like very vanilla. It's very, especially for fall cards. So you're probably going to see more of it. And then I took the embossing folders. I'm going to pull back out in a minute. These are called Stripes and Splatters. And as you can see, they are stripes and splatters. I used the splatter on half of this card base. Actually, I did it more kind of crooked. So I did use my big cut and emboss. And I kind of did it like so. Because the other thing that I did was I used these beautiful dies. So cool. They are called split texture dies. And they literally do half of your card for you. So I used those. And this is how that turned out. You see the splatters in there? So I've got that might be a little too close. Hang on. Let me go back down. But see, I got the awesome splatters, and then I've got this cool cut part. I just love it. I think it's so cool. Well, thank you. Thank you, Crystal. I like fall colors too. And the thing is if we're going to be making fall cards and holiday cards, now's the time for us to do them. So, and then I have this for my background DSP and some early espresso for my card base. And of course, you're going to want to put a piece of very vanilla on the inside of this one. Whoops, just moving everything. Which, surprisingly, I do have an early espresso. So you could stamp on it if you wanted to. You could put a little bit more color on in here, which I may do after the video, but I just wanted to show you guys how I'm putting this together because it is just so awesome. I love it. So you can do this, like I always say, with the double sticky tape. I know that diagonal die is just the coolest, and it has this one doesn't look like much until you cut it out, but it's so cool when it's cut out. You're gonna love it. So yeah, these are a good investment piece. All right, so like I said, you can use that double sticky sheet if you're worried about these, but honestly, I think it's a little bit more difficult. Just, this is my personal opinion. Maybe it's because I'm a sissy. But sometimes when it's got this many things to punch out, I don't particularly care to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here with my wonderful liquid glue, like that. And then I'm just going to put it in a few strategic spots, like I've told you before. You don't want a whole lot, because this is going to, I mean, I'm already thinking my dots are a little large, because they're going to ooze out, and I don't want them to ooze out. So just putting them in a few places like that. And if you're worried about it, you're going to want to scoop some of that off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of set that part there, and now see how it lifted some off. It's still there, it's still sticky. And then I'm going to put this on here, center that on there, and look how cool. I liked this background because it looked to me almost like vines, even though it's kind of backwards. The vines are the vanilla-y white color. They're probably white, but they look vanilla-y on this. Vanilla-y? That's probably not a word. But there we go. So then now I have to decide if I want it to go this way or this way. It's a personal preference thing. I don't know that it really matters, but that's where laying things out really help. So I'm putting my flowers kind of sideways so they look like they are growing on this vine. So I'm thinking that's my basic design. Obviously, I'm going to make it a little nicer when I put it together. So I do want this on my left. So also, as a reminder for you local girls, don't forget you need to sign up if you want to take my in-person class on August 20th. I'm thinking it's going to, well, depending on your experience, I'm allotting 2 hours, 10 to 12, but you know, some of you guys will be in there quicker because I have to do some of the cards simple. So there will be some like beginner-ish cards and some more for, you know, an avid crafter, and then more for an experienced crafter or obsessed crafter, depending on how you look at it. But can you see how cool it looks with this? I mean, it's almost like this is maybe a stucco wall on someone's house. So don't be afraid to mix things up. And really, I'm sure I got some of it here, but you can't really see it. So don't be afraid to mix your folders with your dies, because it's awesome. Now I'm going to use my dimensionals to put everything on, I think. Looking to see what I've got here. All right, I've got a lot of dimensionals floating around today. So I'm just going to put some on the back because I wanted it to look like it was kind of popping up. Excuse me. On here. So do you guys have any big plans for this weekend? I have none. I have none. I know, it's very sad. Now see, and this is where I have to decide what flowers look like they're going up and what look like they're going down, but I'm just going to pretend that this is correct and let it look like that. And then I'm going to put on my sentiment also with dimensionals. Can you guys believe it is the end of July already? Oh my gosh. Time is flying. It seemed like we just barely had the holidays, and now they're, you know, we're almost to the point where they're closer than they are far away. Not quite, but close. So that goes there. And then each of these little guys need a place in my life. And I'm going to want one up here. And here. Thank you, Karen. And then one more. Right here. I'm not sure what it was, Linda, because this stuff is scrolling past, so I don't always see. I'm gonna move this one if I can. Changed my mind. There we go. Okay, so I like it. I think this is a good finished card, but I am going to add, remember when, I think it was just on Tuesday that I talked about these leaf labeled and the amber gems pack. So I'm going to add some of the amber gems, and naturally I forgot to grab my take your pick tool. So I'm just going to add a few of these on here just for fun, because I like bling. Who doesn't like bling, right? I mean, bling is awesome. And here, I think that is good. You know what? I'm going to go nuts. I'm just going to go crazy. And you have to have an uneven number. So now, because I'm going to do this one, I'm going to have to do 5. What a shame. More bling. That's so sad, right? And where do I want it? I don't want it even with this one, but I kind of want it over here. So I'll just put it down a little bit. So there we go. So there is my card. Isn't it fun? And even though I didn't do all of it in front of you guys know how to color. So, you know, that's pretty easy peasy for you. And this was a folder and a die cut, you know, and some DSP. Super easy card, and your friends will think you're awesome. Plus, coloring, you know, that relieves stress, so it's a good thing. 149 days. Oh my gosh. Linda, yeah, that is close. So we are more than halfway to the holidays. So I'm going to have to start showing you guys some Christmas stuff, I think, so you can start getting ready. I always try to hold that off. I don't know why, but I'll get some of that into you guys next month. So please don't forget to share this video and post below, or comment below that you have shared it. And if you're watching this from my YouTube channel or somebody's follower, I do go live on Facebook. So it's facebook.com/MemoryINKers. I would love to have all of you guys who follow me here also follow me on YouTube, because that's good for my business if I get more YouTube people following me. So please do. Also, if you are going to place an order, my Stampin' Up! Website is at MemoryINKers.com. Email is MemoryINKers@gmail.com. If you are going to place an order and it's under $150, and because of celebration, thank you, Pam. I'm glad you guys like this card. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Crystal. If your order's under $150, don't use this code. And with celebration, I know that quite a few of you have gone over that because you want free stuff. I don't blame you. So hostess code 2, T as in Tom, 6, J as in Jack, X as in X-ray, P as in Paul, R as in Robert, B as in my daughter Brittany. Also, just an FYI, I learned that the beautiful paper from Celebration, the oh gosh, where is it? It's always right here, and now I don't know where it is. I have tons of it. Oh, here it is, right at my feet. Ha! This fun paper, it is called Rings of Love. This is also discontinued. Somebody is saying that it might be available later, but that's generally not the case with Celebration items, so I don't want to disappoint you. But on, I believe it's Tuesday, Stampin' Up! Is going to be releasing some additional Celebration options for you. So that's kind of cool. And I never want to tell people to wait for their order, but if you're looking at Celebration and you're not sure what you want, wait till Tuesday and I will post those and I'll let you guys know what those new things are. So, all right, have a beautiful rest of your weekend. I am going to see you guys on Tuesday for Tiny Tip Tuesday. And I know, more options, right, Chris? Yay. So have a blessed and wonderful weekend. See you guys. Bye.